Hi, my name's John Hudgins. I'm director of the Mercy Warehouse here at Vineyard Laguna Niguel. I also run all of our worship ministries as the worship pastor, and I sit on the executive board. House of God Productions has helped us in several ways across our campus. We've had multiple projects with Justin and his team. They're highly professional. They just come in and I feel secure about what's happening. Most recently, House of God brought our subs down out of the ceiling and placed them on the floor. Just did a full revamp of our digital scanning of the room with pink noise and all the industry stuff that he has to do to make sure the place sounds right. He tackled a whole bunch of our feedback problems, which I think is a big deal in every church. And also he just kind of went through all of our gear and decided what was best for our setting. Another big piece of what House of God did for us a couple years ago is they completely built out a stage design for our youth room and for our children's ministry. So the children's ministry does worship every Sunday. Not every church does that, but we do. And he knew exactly what we needed. I think being kind of invested in us helped him to hear us when we were talking about, what we like to do on a Sunday morning with those kids, and it was perfect. Everything about it's perfect. It's the right size, it's the right shape, it's in the right location, it's the right amount of equipment. We didn't overdo it and we didn't underdo it, which is easy to do in children's ministry. And then once he was done with that project, he turned around and did the exact same thing with our youth ministries. Our youth ministries run full bands, and so it was a little bit more challenging, and it's also in a smaller room. So that piece also is more challenging because a bigger room obviously has an easier go at absorbing sound and things like that. So there was a lot of bounce in that room, a lot of noise in that room if you're not careful, but everything that they did in there from stage build, ground up, all the way to the ceiling, really supported what the kids do. And to be honest, our youth ministry, for us, feeds directly into our main worship service all the time. We love having the idea of partnering with the next generation in worship. And that piece, I think, is really gonna go a long way, even over the next 20 years of just being rooted and established in a culture of worship. So I was so excited with that build too. The biggest project he did on the Mercy Warehouse side is he installed all of our comms and PA for background music for the store. And he also did a lot of our wiring up in the ceiling. I think my favorite thing about working with Justin is that he brings such a high level of integrity to his work, and at the same time he couples it with a really high level of industry professionalism. I love that he loves Jesus. Actually, that is really important to me as a worship pastor, obviously, and that comes through in everything that he does. He really always seems like he's for us. He wants us to do well. He's not as interested in his bottom line as he is interested in the work of the kingdom going forward in the context of the local church, and I think that's been hugely apparent and powerful in our space. I would just say that the biggest recommendation I could give anyone would be that going forward, I hope he does all of our projects. I hope he's available to do all of our projects because I'm guessing he's gonna get way too busy for me eventually. I'm kind of a little guy, but he's amazing and his whole team's amazing.